Good afternoon, El Jefe here. Got everything kind of laid out to do El Jefe Ciota bacon wrapped dove skewers. We're getting ready to do some of the beginning stuff, which is take the meat off the dove breasts. Gonna put it in a bowl over here and gonna put it in some orange marmalade and then let it chill for a few hours. I just want the breast meat. It's what's going to go on the skewers the easiest. It takes all the bones out of it. So we're going to slowly start to remove the meat off the breastbone. Got a knife, it's a browning knife. It's good for, it's actually a bird filleting knife and everything that my father gave me. And we're going to go through now and just gently kind of take the meat off the bones as easy as possible, trying to get maximum amount of meat off the breastbone. These birds are chilled, so the meat should come off pretty easy. And that's kind of see what you got there. You just got nothing but meat. I'm going to throw that in the bowl. I'm going to continue on and take all these breasts and take the meat off the bone. And when we get done with that, I'll show you what we're going to do in the next step. Alright, Jefe's back. So we got all the dove breasts with the breast meat filleted off the breastbone on both sides. So we got two halves for each dove. We got the meat in the bowl. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit of orange marmalade. Doesn't matter the brand. You just want to get something that's comparable. It's not a jelly, it's not a jam, it's marmalade. And you'll take this, and what I do is I just put it in the bowl, and then once I spoon it out, and depending on the number of birds, you may need more than one jar. I always buy two just in case, because I always empty the jar, and there'll be some discards and stuff like that that we won't use after we get done chilling the birds. We'll just discard that and throw it away. But anyway, so we've got one jar of marmalade in the bowl, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to roll the marmalade through the dove breast, try to get them coated, so that, you know, every piece of breast meat has some of that marmalade on it. And then after we get done with that, we're going to cover it and I'm going to chill it in the refrigerator for probably an hour or so. Excuse me. And just let that citric acid and the marmalade and stuff kind of penetrate that meat. It helps to break it down a little bit, and just adds to the flavor at the end when we eat it. You'll get a little bit of that. So just to kind of reiterate a little bit, the marmalade is, the dove breasts are in the marmalade. We're getting ready to chill it. One thing that you need to remember when you remove the birds or the meat out of the marmalade, make sure there's not a lot of orange peeling on the dove breasts. Sometimes that can overpower it. So if you got a couple pieces, you know, just kind of scrape them off, you know, easily before you wrap the breast in the bacon and put it on the skewers. And I'll show you that process when we get to it. But we're going to put this in the refrigerator, let it chill, and I'm going to go ahead and cut up my sweet Vidalia onion, my bell peppers and everything, and get that prepared so when we take the dove breasts out, we can go ahead and start wrapping. We'll cut the bacon in thirds, so you'll have a third of a strip for each dove breast. We'll wrap them, put the onion, bell pepper, and and dove breasts on the skewers, and just alternate that all the way down till we fill as many skewers as required for the amount of dove breasts that we have. And at that point, we'll have the charcoal going on the grill, and as it's going and once the skewers are made, we'll mix up our barbecue sauce. I've got a couple more ingredients I don't have out yet, but I'll get those out when I get ready to make the barbecue sauce. We're going to grill the birds over a charcoal grill until the bacon is done. Once the bacon gets to your desired doneness, then I take the barbecue sauce and I'll do one side of the skewers, let it sit for maybe a minute, roll the skewers over, barbecue the other side, and then once that barbecue's set in another minute, we'll take the skewers off and bring them in the house or wherever you're at and go to eating on them. And this recipe also goes well with if you like a pot of rice or something like that. You can take the skewers and just rake them over that rice, and it just gives you a little something extra there to fill the stomach. I'll check back with you when we get ready to start to make the skewers up. El Jefe out. Good evening, El Jefe's here. We're back in the kitchen. Gonna start to continue on the recipe with the El Jefe barbecue bacon ranch, bacon wrap, dove breasts on skewers. So you got the doves have been marinating in the orange marmalade, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull the breasts out of the orange marmalade. Remember what I said, try not to have a lot of the orange peel on the dove breast, because it can overpower the person eating the particular one that's got a ton of orange peel on it. So you kind of go through and lay them out. They've been chilling in there since we last talked. It's been several hours rather than just an hour. I don't think it matters as far as how long. I would say at least an hour. But I mean, if they went overnight or something like that, I don't really think it's going to affect it. It could. I would say anywhere from 1 to 6 hours. Try to shoot for those types of time frames. But so I'm just grabbing the individual dove breasts out. They have some orange peel on, but not much. So we're going to get them all out here on the plate so I can grab them easily, so I don't have to stick my hands in the marmalade every few seconds. I just have to be able to grab a dove breast by itself. And I'm just kind of working them out from the bottom and laying them out on this paper plate. At this point in time, I mean, if you plan on trying to stick to a tight schedule, I would go ahead and if you have a charcoal grill or anything that needs to be pre-lit and preparing to the right temperature before you put stuff on, you kind of probably want that going on. I'm going to make the skewers and then go light the charcoal grill, and then I'll show you what they look like on the grill and then what they look like done. I also picked up some jasmine rice that you can just throw in the microwave and cook. Doesn't take long. We use that for our fried rice that we do here at the house and everything. So the doves are pretty much, there's still some marmalade in there, but most of them are taken out. I'm going to sit this to the side. Alright, so I do have some skewers over here that I have been pre-soaking in water. It looked like we're still good. Anyway, so we got onions, we got bell peppers, we got the dove breast, we got the skewers. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a skewer out. A lot of times I like to start with a vegetable on there, so you can do an onion. You can do this on whatever. Some people will put a couple on each one. But I'll get an onion on there, and then I'll come over here and I'll grab me a dove breast. checking for orange peel. Gonna get some of those pieces off. I'll grab a piece of bacon. I'll start and I'll just wrap that dove breast in that piece of bacon and try to get it as tightly wrapped as I can, and I'll watch where the end is, and I'll pierce through the center of the bacon and dove breast and roll it up here to the onion. And then I like to alternate, so I'll grab a bell pepper and I'll run it through there, come up to the dove breast and I'll set it, and then I'll grab me another dove breast. And like I said, I look for the orange peeling in there, in that marmalade that it's been in, make sure there's not a bunch on it. I wrap it, I come through to the skewer, pierce through it, pull up to the pepper, and then stop. And then I'll go, I'm taking the dove breast, I'm wrapping it around with a piece of bacon. I've already got a piece of pepper on there. I pierce the skewer through it, and you can see where that's going with that. And I'm going to take another onion, and I do onion, pepper, dove breast, pepper, dove breast, onion. That's the order I like to do them in. So I'll just continue on doing these until everything's used up, like I said. And if we have a bunch of vegetables done at the end, then I'll just put vegetables on skewers and just roast them as well. And it looks like you're going to be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 dove breasts and vegetables on a skewer. So the thirds are working pretty good on the bacon, like I said, depending on the size of your bacon strip and the size of the dove breast. You may, have to go with half a slice of bacon or whatever, but this is kind of where we're at. You got your skewer done there. Looks really good. It helps to hold the bacon in place, and then I'm just going to come over here and sit it on some wax paper in a foil dish, and I'm going to continue on until I make all those up. All right. Good evening, I'm back again at Jefe's back, so I want to show you. We got all the skewers made up. I got some that are just bacon wrapped doves for my son because he doesn't like vegetables. I think he thinks he's allergic to them, but he's not. And then I do have some skewers with just vegetables on them. And they're ready. We're going to put them in the refrigerator, and I'm going to show you what barbecue sauce I make real quick. So let me sit these to the side. And so we got a few ingredients. We got Kraft Original Barbecue Sauce. As you can see here, we've got John Boy and Billy's Grilling Sauce, the original grilling sauce. I've got some brown sugar and some honey from the local beehive guy. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up all of them, which I probably should have done before I turned on the camera, but that's all right. We're going to roll with it. Maybe. All right. So we got that John Boy and Billy sauce. Now, I'm not able to find that anywhere but at the local food line. The Walmart did not carry it. So what I'm going to do with the Kraft barbecue sauce first is I'm actually going to go ahead and I use it's not an extra large, I guess it's it's 18 ounces. But I'll give you an idea on the sizes of it. And just put that in there. And then what I like to do is to take a little bit of the grilling sauce because it's a little thinner and it kind of cuts a little bit. So I'll dump a little bit of that in the Kraft bottle. And then I'll just kind of give it a shake. And that'll kind of get the rest of the Kraft barbecue sauce out. And then we'll just put that in there. And we're done with that one. And then we're going to put the rest of the grilling sauce. So the grilling sauce, to me, is a little thinner. And it's got a little kick to it. Not much, but just a little bit. If you want a little more of a kick to your barbecue sauce, you could always add a little maybe crushed red pepper or something like that. And then I'm going to kind of mix that together. And this is a recipe that my wife's cousin uses for his barbecue chicken. And I mean, it's not from scratch, it's just a combination of a bunch of different ingredients and some, regular brand name barbecue sauces. But it's really good. My kids really like it. I put a little bit of brown sugar in here. It doesn't matter if it's light brown, dark brown, I use some of both. I don't use a whole lot. If I had to guess, maybe about a quarter cup. I don't really use measuring cups for this, because I've made it and probably done it with different portions every time, and it's always turned out pretty darn good. So we mix that brown sugar in there. That kind of helps thicken, and it helps the barbecue sauce to stick to the meat a little better, and it does sweeten it up a little bit. And then the last thing I'm going to put in there is probably about a quarter cup of honey, and it doesn't matter what kind of honey, and it may not be a quarter cup. I just put about that much. So, that's kind of your discretion. If you don't like honey, leave it out. That's up to you. But, a lot of people say that if you eat honey on a regular basis and it's honey from bees in the area where you live, it helps with outdoor allergies. So whether or not that's true, I do put honey in my coffee in the morning, and I put it in my barbecue sauce. So that's it. Charcoal's good and white. Getting ready to dump it and get ready. So this is what we got as far as the skewers. They're ready to go and everything, and the barbecue sauce is inside. So it's going to be a little while for many of the regular skewers we get on there before we go to the vegetables. But I'm getting ready to put some olive oil on there. I like olive oil. This girl's got a little lid holder there. It's a light coating. Try not to flame up too much. Got that on there. Now we're going to go to skewer time. No particular order. Try to get them many on there as we can. Try to get these vegetables over here on the side. We might stack them a little bit. I put wax paper in here to keep this dish clean. And then once I get them on there and the lid on, I like to time it a little bit, but we're going to stick with. Alright, Jefe's back. So I'm just going to check my timer here. So we're on right at 10 minutes. We're going to take a peek. I'm going to take the lid off so we can see. And going to bring you over here real quick. Kind of come around here. Take a look. You see what we got there? Everything's cooking pretty darn good right there. I'm getting ready to roll those skewers. And alright, Jefe back. Hey man, we're getting ready to flip that lid off and getting ready to put the first round of barbecue sauce on there. They've been on there for about 13.5 minutes. Shouldn't take too much longer. It's a nice hot grill, so there ain't no reason to overcook them. With wild game, you overcook it and it tastes like leather. So we're fixing to give it a little basting. Oh man, let me tell you, it smells good. I like to use a brush, layer it on there, make it thick. It's a little messy, but you just put it on there. Woo-wee! Man, that's good. That's good right there. We're going to let them hit there for a minute. I'm going to roll them. And we're going to hit them again with barbecue. It ain't going to be too long. Man, that's good. I'm licking my finger. We've been on there for 15 minutes. So, we're right on schedule. That grill's been hovering somewhere around 350. 325, 350, 375 a little bit. You know, charcoal's not as exact science compared to gas or pellet or anything like that, but we're just gonna let her roll on here and let that barbecue cook a little bit. Now we're gonna flip them skewers. We're gonna baste them again, let them cook about another minute at the most, and then we're taking them bad boys off and we're getting ready to eat. So real easy recipe. It's great for doves. Kids like it. Wives like it. People that typically don't eat game like it. So, you know, if you can make something that you plant in order to draw the game in, you harvest the game, you clean the game, you cook the game, and you eat the game. I mean, this is dove from start to finish. So we're getting ready to flip these bad boys right now. Fixing to pop that lid off. Try not to burn yourself. I like to take a little bit of paper towel with me to try to protect my fingers the best I can. But we're fixing to roll these bad boys over. Some of them will get roll these these vegetables over too, but some of them a little more done than others, but that's all right. They've all been on here long enough to cook. Now I'm gonna baste them bad boys, and we're gonna cover that lid back up, and we're gonna be good to go. Yeah, just lay it on there. It ain't gonna hurt it. Who don't like barbecue sauce? But like I said again, most wild game, you want it cooked about a medium well, but you don't want to cook it to a leather because it's just not going to be good. But these things right here, I'm telling you, they are dynamite. I have yet to cook them and somebody say that it wasn't good. And it's a little bit of work. It's not as easy as just popping something in the frying pan. But it's good. And man, who don't like to cook good food? But we're 30 seconds. We're 30 seconds from being done. Just let them cook just a hair longer, and we're going to take them off. And I'll show you the finished product. And then that's going to be it, because you don't want to see me eating something that's mouth-watering and you not get any. It'd be rude, right? Most people in my family like stuff cooked way overdone. I cook some of them done, you know, and on the charcoal grill you're going to have hot spots and cool spots. Well, the good thing about that is you kind of get stuff just like you want it, and then stuff a little overdone. Oh, just lost a bell pepper. That's a shame right there. That would have been good. But I'm going to put the vegetables kind of crossways just so I can show you kind of what things are going to look like. Close that grill up. So this is where we're at. We got the skewers. Those are just vegetables roasted on top and everything. Turned out nice, golden brown. Bacon's done. We got a little extra vegetables and everything. Man, we're done. So again, it's El Jefe Ciota. If you like the recipe or everything, if you need some more information or anything, just leave it in the comment section. Tell your friends about me. You know, I don't do this for a living. It's just a hobby, but I like doing it. I like talking to people. And more than anything, I like to let you know that I am a blessed individual in all things that I'm able to do. Everything I've been blessed with is because of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So, if you're not sure, if you don't know Him, man, I'm sure there's somebody close by that does know Him and can talk to you about it. But I'm going to go inside with the family. We're going to bless this meal and we're going to eat. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll talk to you again real soon. El Jefe out.